Hey, what's going on? This is Ash coming back to you for another great video. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to analyze any business problems and finding solutions for them. So I know you're going to love this. So take out your notes, take out a pen, and let's get into this. I know you're going to love this. Here we go. Ready? Number one, when you own a business, what happens is the biggest problem that you face is where it's taking most of your time. So think about this. When you wake up in the morning, what's the biggest problem do you think you're going to face that day? Is it trying to collect money from your customers? Is it trying to market properly because you're not generating enough revenue? Or do you think is your margins, your profitability is not that high as it should be? What is your business problem? Write it down. That's number one. The first thing to do is admit you've got some challenges. That's one way to start looking at it, is finding a solution to that problem. So once you've written down what the problem is, lack of targeted marketing, you're not, it could be the fact that you're working too many hours, you're spending times on things that could be delegated or not done at all. You might be majoring on minor stuff, whatever that case may be. So look at yourself from an objective third party. That is why it's important to have an outside party or a mentor to look at your business, to look at you, what you're doing, so you can figure out what the problem is, right? So it's very important to figure out where your business is at right now, where it should be, and what's holding you back to getting it there. So, number one thing I want you to write down is write down a clear statement of what your problem is. Number one problem in your business. It could be that you're stuck, you're not growing fast enough, it's very competitive out there, you're not getting enough traffic, or your cost of running your business is too high, whatever it is. Then, number two, I want you to write down how long has this been a problem? Has it been going on for the last 2 minutes or the last 2 years? And number three, I want you to write down is what do you think. Here's an example I'm going to give you. Okay. Let's say you have employees and your biggest problem is not getting enough productivity out of your employees. You just feel that, hey, you know what? I've got these employees, they're good, but I'm not getting them maximum production. Let's say you're averaging each employee to pay them $20 an hour, $30 an hour, or $50 an hour, whatever the case may be. And if you have 10 employees, what is your labor cost for your employee? Let's do it on a monthly basis. Or better yet, do it on an annual basis. It's easier. You'll see bigger numbers. Okay. So let's say you have 10 employees, 10 like that, right? And each of them you're paying about $20 an hour on average, or $30 an hour, whatever the case may be. And your productivity you're getting out of them, let's say, is only 70%. Nobody's going to give you 100% productivity because employees are people. Obviously, they're not perfect. They're not machines, right? So you're going to get some slippage. Somebody might show up too late to work. Somebody takes a longer break, or just sometimes they're not as active on their job as fast or doing their work properly. Whatever the case may be. So you want to average about 70 to 80% of their income is being done. So 30% is lost in productivity. So what's 30% of $30 an hour? 30 times 3, that's what? 90, right? 9. So you're losing $9 per hour if you're working at 70% capacity. So if you analyze that in 1 year, how much is that figure? Take your calculator, figure it out. Now here's the thing. If you could increase the productivity of your employees by even 10%, so instead of going from 70, now having them produce at 80%, how do you do that? Well, there's many ways. One of them is to have proper incentives in place. Are your employees being paid through what I call not just salary, but if they accomplish a task or tasks, do they get an additional bonus? You could put incentives in place that would boost their productivity. All right. And that means you're giving them a reward for doing a better job. You're not being a punitive action, because a lot of employers do that. Hey, if you don't get this done, I'm going to cut your pay. Bad way to motivate people. All right. It might do it on the short term, but over a long period of time, they're going to say, I've had it. I'm going to move out, get my own business started, or get into work for somebody else. So it's very important to give employees rewards when they do an extraordinary job, above and beyond, going the extra mile. The other thing I would recommend is to have your employees get on a what I call a mindset program. Reading good books. As you can see, reading good books puts you in a position of doing the job even better. So invest in a few dollars in them. Give them books to read. Give them audio books to listen to. this is going to change their mindset of the task to do. It's not so much about skill, and is it about the mindset skill, right? So the more motivated they are and excited about their work, their productivity will go up. The fifth question actually we're going to ask is that what's the outcome? What's going to happen when you increase your profitability by a certain amount? What is that money going to be used for? How is that going to change your life? Like, how is that going to give you more time? Would that give you ability to hire another employee so they can take care of your personal workload, giving you better quality of life? So those are some of the things in how to analyze a problem. The first thing you need to do, and I'm going to recap, is to figure out what the problem is. Number two, what is the problem costing you? Number three, what's the impact it's having on your organization? And number four, what's going to happen if things don't change, if the problem persists over the next 6 months, 7 months? What's the loss in cash flow or profitability if that continues going on, and loss in time? Once you put that in perspective, you're going to come up with a solution because you can clearly see the problem. The better you can see the problem in detail, the better the solution will come out to you faster. Because the thing is this, once you know what the problem is, you can see, I know why they're not being productive enough. It could be the way you have set up your arrangements in your office. It could be so many things, but you'll see a solution pop up because you've identified the problem and the impact it's having on your organization. Then the sixth key point is this: what are you going to do with the rewards? How are you going to distribute the rewards to your employees? Maybe it's to take them out on a nice restaurant. Whatever the case may be, to incentivize them. It could be giving them an extra, maybe a Friday off or something, so they can be with their family. Whatever the reward is, you want to put those rewards in place so you can boost productivity. You can do that for yourself, even if you don't have any employees. All right. You are the employee yourself. Exactly. All right. So hopefully you got a lot of value out of this call or this video. Okay. This call. And put a good comment here if you could. Share this video. Okay. And share it to somebody who could use this. All right. Subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of great videos coming out very shortly. Make it a great. Take care.